it's about holding people accountable.
Right.
See, at the end of the day, we have conservative values, but we're still holding Trump accountable for a lot of things.
100%.
He talked about no wars, stopping certain wars, and you still see the Ukraine and Russia war going on. You still see the devastating issues and war that's going on in Gaza as well, where
Genocide, not war.
I mean, at this point, you would consider it a genocide because we still are pro-Trump. We're conservatives, but every single guest we've had on, we asked them to justify what's really going on in Gaza because we're looking at this and we're saying, dude, okay, I get it. There was a back and forth going on, but you have this entire strip of human beings that were not only ethnically cleansed from a certain area, but massacred, bro. There's nothing left in Gaza at this point. And you could go out there and point fingers. Well, it's the Jews, the Israelis. Well, no, it's the Arabs, the Hamas, and the terrorists. It's like, bro, the fuck you guys talking about? You guys are practically the same people. Religion has divided you, and there's this territory that has completely just been obliterated, along with women, children, and even men. And you ask people, you're like, all right, so is this justifiable? Why hasn't Trump stopped it? I thought he was against war. He was anti-war. But then you look at what's really going on, what political parties are involved in this. You're like, all right, so the state of Israel is really continuing to fund this along with the United States to do whatever is going on there. And a lot of people will turn around and say, oh, well, you guys are being anti-Semitic. No, it's not anti-Semitic. We have nothing against Jewish people. It's not about that. It's about a government.
Yeah.
It's about the state of Israel, or if it's even the state of Palestine. If it was vice versa, we'd be arguing the same thing. We don't know, bro. Like, it's just, I'm going on a tangent on this, but it's so unfortunate that all this is taking place. And it goes back to what we were just talking about, that I went on this tangent, is accountability, holding certain people accountable.
Yeah, you have to hold people accountable. And, I think Trump is a whole different story. Like, he came into a fucking mess that they literally made a mess and more of a mess, so that it was super messy when he came in. And I'm not like protecting him in any which way, but what was going on. There was no leadership. There was no nothing. Everything, money was getting sent everywhere. And, he's only been in for whatever, 6 months or whatever. And, for what he's been able to put on the table in 6 months that he's proposing to do is going to take him time, just like his last term, right? Like, by the time he came to the end of his last term, things were changing. Things were going. It's not going to be an overnight situation.
And he's done a phenomenal job with the economy. A lot of people were anti-Doge, as we mentioned. But the tariffs, Doge, cleaning up the government, USAID, all the unnecessary money that was wasted, tax dollars that were wasted. He's done a phenomenal job with that. And again, this isn't an overnight thing. It's obviously gonna take time. The man hasn't been in office for a year yet, and people are expecting, we need results right away. Well, do you want results right away with fucking Biden? The guy was a walking corpse for God's sake. For 4 years, we saw him in front of a microphone maybe like 15 times?
Our country was deteriorating with him, literally overnight, every day.
Yeah, but what happens? Let's say Trump is amazing, and his tariffs and economic plan and everything else is wonderful. By the end of his term, things are wonderful. It's the golden era. Then comes 2028? Maybe Newsom steps in.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully JD Vance or somebody else does, but let's say if Newsom steps in, what happens to all that, the whole golden era?
So I think even this state of California knows how fucked up he is. Even people who are liberals know how fucked up he is. Like, you go around talking to people, like, I mean, unless they have rainbows and like a penis and a bra on, you know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Dan, you'd be surprised, bro.
Who I talk to, I mean, I did go down to Hollywood the other day and I saw some weird motherfucker, so maybe they like him. But I'm just saying, people that I talk to who are in business, like who want to leave the state, different people, basically who maybe at one point thought a certain way, they're thinking a little bit different, and just being around certain people. But I think that he'll fully get exposed like everybody else. And it's just about getting the right people in place. Everyone in the outside world knows that Newsom's not doing a good job because look at I mean, bro, I'm driving to LA, fucking homeless people up the ass, Winnebagos everywhere. Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
And you guys like allow that shit to happen. I'd be blowing those things up if it was in Jersey or Florida or wherever, wherever I'm at the time. I'm not going to want my kids to see that. Like, bro, it's terrible. But it's just like we see it or we hear about it on the news, and that's the first time I've ever seen it driving past it. I'm like, holy shit, look like a war zone.
When was the last time you were in Cali prior to obviously your recent visit?
Maybe like 6 months ago, but I'd never been to LA.
Oh, really?
No,
So you don't have homeless in Jersey?
not like that.
It's probably cold though. That's why. No.
Yeah, but they clean up the streets and they try to like get like abandoned buildings or whatever that buildings that aren't being used anymore. Try to get people in there. There are homeless, but we as a state in Jersey and in Florida like really try to clean up in the two areas that I live. Really try to clean up the streets from what I see. Like I remember back in the day in Jersey, there was a place called Tent City where it was like this big wood area where it was all tents.
Like our Skid Row, basically.
Yeah. And they said no more. And they did whatever they had to do to move them out and get them out. They gave them a certain amount of time and they put them up in like, different buildings or whatever they put them up in. And it sucks for us for our tax dollars, but at least it cleans the streets up,
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure they're going to clean it up eventually. I mean, the Olympics are right around the corner. So we have about what is the Olympics? 3 months, 2 months of the Olympics that will have nice, clean LA streets. And then we'll probably go back to, as they would call it, normal. But it's not normal. None of this is normal.